Hello, hello. Hi, Carol. Are you still in here? Thank you guys for watching the replay. If you're watching the replay, I do appreciate the watch hours for this channel. Yeah, so I had this live set for 1 o'clock, which is going to be my normal time, except for today was grocery shopping day. So when I scheduled this thing to happen every Thursday, I wasn't thinking about that. However, hubby gets paid every 2 weeks, so it'll only get thrown off on weeks when I have to grocery shop. But sometimes I grocery shop on Fridays instead of Thursdays. So everybody seems to be really busy today. It's been really quiet. What are you up to today, Carol? Anything? Let's see what she said in this comment. I shared on the community page. I must have been early. Yeah, it was set for 1. When I got back from the grocery store, it was a little bit after 2 because I totally forgot, or I would have rescheduled it before I left. So then I moved it back to 3. So it may be, I may have to move it back to 3. However, most of the time when I go to the grocery store, I go more in the morning, so I would technically be done with the grocery shopping and the putting up, except for I went more around lunchtime. But I was also out working in the garden today, so that took up some of the time working in the garden. Hello, the Bud Files. How are you? So that's it. So I'm going to try to do this every Thursday. I may have to move the time around a few times, but I'm going to try to keep it Thursday at 1 o'clock. Because I think most of the time I go shopping in the morning, so I don't think it's always going to conflict. That way I'm going live Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and it's easy to remember. However, the other 2 times are on my main channel, Gail Southern Living. But yeah, so that's it. I tried to catch Mary's blessing through connection, but it didn't quite work out with my schedule today. But I'll try to catch her next time. I have been making some new friends over there. I've went in there mostly under Gail Southern Living, but I need to go in there under this channel one of the times. So she does have some different people than me that I don't follow. So if you're in here, if you could share this on your community tab to get some more people in here, because it's possible people could have came in here at 1 o'clock when I was still shopping. I was probably driving home at that point when the live started. Actually, no, I was shopping. I was actually still shopping. Yeah, they just got through redoing our Walmart, so it takes longer to grocery shop than it used to because everything's moved around. So, yeah. So I have to kind of backtrack and make circles. I get lucky and occasionally find things by accident, but I used to have a list like where everything was on the aisles. That list is no longer accurate. Yeah. So there's that. Hi, Mary. I was just talking about blessing through connection. How I was trying to go in there earlier, but I was in grocery shopping. Today I gardened, got my list together, and went to the grocery store. So I've done a lot of stuff already at this point of the day. So, and then I forgot that I'd set this live for 1, so I had to move it back to 3. And then I was still even a couple of minutes late because I was trying to make sure at least I put up all the cold stuff before, but I got some of the other stuff put up too, but I do still have more stuff to put up. However, I think I'm going to probably wait till tomorrow to package up meat, because when I go grocery shopping, I package up our meat, 2 pieces per package. And then on our hamburger meat, I actually cut it in half because a whole pound of beef is too much for us. Unless it's something special like enchiladas, then I might make the whole pound just so we'll have some more leftovers. So started calm blessing streams. We take the music in the background. Is it going to be like, I think I tried to pop in there, but I didn't see where you could make comments. So is it going to be where you can't make comments to each other, or? So I think I did click on that, but I was like, oh wait, why can't I was like, is it still going? Disable the comments for those streams. Oh, okay. So those aren't for connection. Those are just for relaxing music. Okay. All right. So are they going to be titled differently so we know what we're clicking into, I guess? I guess that channel, how are your watch hours doing for that channel? Are you doing good for your new channel? Well, you've had the channel for a while. You just decided to newly use it this way, which I think is a really great idea. And I've actually thought about doing that before. Just don't know if I want to make a commitment to anything like that. I'm like, can I follow through? Can I be, can I do it long enough for it to actually be some people in there? It takes persistence to do such a thing like what Tuber Chat has done. Oh, okay. I get it. Yeah. I'm going to go in there again with this channel. And that's what I was going to do. And then I clicked on it. I couldn't make a comment. And I was like, what? I thought, well, maybe it's over. Maybe it's over. And that's why I can't click, comment. So I didn't know what was going on. I was confused. Yeah. I could see that. It is relaxing. It is a relaxing music that you've chosen. Yeah. That's cool. So not too much going on today, just the grocery shopping and the gardening. Since I did grocery shopping, we're going to have kind of a simple meal tonight. That usually takes a lot of effort, so I try to pick something simple that I can make that doesn't take a ton of preparation. 150 hours. Oh, okay. Well, you want to exchange swap playlists with this channel. Send me an email if you have my email. If you have my current email, which is this one that I got it right there. Yeah. This one that's scrolling across the bottom is my current email. I had a Gmail that was pretty similar to that, but it started telling me I had too many messages. So, yeah. I don't know if Mary was in here to hear my comment. But anyway, if you hear this and you're interested in swapping playlists with me, let me know. Could use more hours for this channel, and I might just email you later, since I know you have about 150 hours. Oh, can you hear me? Well, you're see, it shows I have 0 people in here, so I thought maybe you had left. Yeah, I could see how that would help with the watch hours. It's really cool. Good idea. Good idea. As long as they're kind of titled separately so that one group knows what this is and the other group knows what it is. And then there's some that may go for both. Some may come for one, some may come from the other, and some may come for both. Yeah. Yep. So did you hear what I said, Mary? So I tried to make myself a commitment to come on and do 30 minutes to an hour once per week on this channel, because I worked all the way up till the point of monetization. Actually, all the way up to the point of full monetization. I kept working on it. And then as soon as I hit the full monetization, I backed up on the lives. But that's when the hours start to nosedive. I have to keep up with the hours here so that I can keep the overflow for the ministry. Because we change the music once a month, we change the video background weekly. Okay. Yeah. Do you purchase that music or it's like a free thing? Or is it like a AI created thing? Because I know your song that you wrote, I thought was really cute. And my friend wrote me a song for my channel, but she never could figure out how to send it to me to where I could use it. So I have a song out there, just don't know how to get it. Okay. Yeah. 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 I have one of my friends that's been helping me and I've been helping her. So I've been doing that and then, other things. And then also Tuber Chat. I've been now that I've got 10,000 subscribers on my other channel, I'm not really trying to gain more subscribers. I'm really just going in to be friendly and maybe swap playlists once in a while. For a while there, I kept going in trying to swap with somebody and I couldn't get anybody to swap with me. But then finally, I got Savannah Mills. I don't know if you've met her, but she was a really good swap partner, I thought. So that was cool. But I've been doing that with my other channel. But this channel is the one that needs hours more, obviously, because I put more effort in on the other channel. So, of course, it's going to have more hours. I mean, it's got more videos. It's got more lives. I do 1 or 2 videos on the other channel per week. Because the Healthy Goals Wednesday, one week it's on Heather's channel, one week it's on my channel. But a Friday night at 5 o'clock is, I do that every week. That's a stable. And then on the Healthy Goals Wednesday, I'm every other Wednesday. So that's how we got that set up. So this Friday will be my 10K giveaway. So if you want to show up for that, be really cool. I have some nice prizes donated. Nice prizes. All my friends donated prizes to where I only had to put in a couple and still got a nice list of prizes. So it's going to be really fun. Yeah, a very busy day, but a very good day, yes. Okay, sounds good. Sounds good. So you want the hours for the Blessing Through Connection channel, I'm guessing. Little Treasures by Nancy, welcome in. You're in Florida. Ochi Bay, Florida. I know I'm probably murdering that city name, but in Florida. You're in Florida. That's cool. Florida's cool. I've been there twice. My sister-in-law was living in Florida, and we went to see her twice. And now she lives in Montana. So, yeah. You probably met my sister-in-law before, Mary, since you do crochet, and she does crochet. Freehandly Made AU. She changes her name at different times. So it might be Freehandly Made Crochet AU. I'm not sure. But anyway. Yep. Let's see. Okeechobee. Okeechobee. Did I get it? Okeechobee. Okeechee. See, now I'm overthinking it. Okeechobee. Nisi? Yeah, that's my sister-in-law. Hi, Lori. How are you? It's not nap time right now. It's not nap time, Lori. No, that's about 5 or 6 o'clock, right? This is actually when I kind of hit that low time of the day when I start to feel kind of tired, and I either have a piece of fruit or like a homemade protein shake or something. So I don't know if it's more like a low sugar or like a low thyroid, or just I'm tired because I got up too early. I'm not completely sure, but 2, 3 o'clock is usually when I hit that little. Sometimes I'll just lay down for a few minutes and then I'll be like, okay, don't be lazy. And I get up and do some more stuff. It seems like I'm not as bad until I sit down and I'm doing nothing. And I think that's when I get tired. As long as I'm still moving, doing stuff, I'm fine. But it's way too hot to be doing stuff outside right now. Oh, Lori, I went to Walmart earlier and I bought a big old bag of Black Cow. That new bed that I just made, I'm going to pour about half a bag of Black Cow in there. And then the one right next to it, I'm also doing some of those logs in there too. I'm going to put it's already got some dirt, but it's really settled a lot. So I'm going to put some wood, some logs. Then I'm going to compost on top of it the same way I did that one in the video today. And so I'm going to pour half of the Black Cow in that one and half of the Black Cow in the other one. So Walmart has mulch and pots and all kinds of stuff on sale. So this is the perfect time. Go and look for all those yellow stickers and try to find some of the stuff you need. I was going to buy mulch too, but for some reason, the ones that were on sale, I couldn't tell if they were pine or cedar. And I'm very, very allergic to cedar. So I was very nervous about buying them. So I may go back when hubby's there and he could kind of turn around and help me look for is it pine or is it cedar, because I have to be real careful and make sure that it's not. Made some quilted ornaments this morning, then some crochet snowflakes. Now trying to figure out what to work on next. Yeah, I bet. So do you make Christmas presents with your crochet stuff? And I'm thinking if you're making Christmas presents, you would probably start about June, July, August, That would be pretty normal to start early so you have time. In a blanket, you'd probably have to start almost right after Christmas to get it done. I'm thinking it would take that long. Oh yeah. Well, it's like Tuber Chat in that it helps your channel grow, but it's not like Tuber Chat in the way things are done. So since you have been making mods on all your, of all the people coming into your chat and area, have you had any problems with trolls? Because that was one thing I was curious about. If you started modding everybody and their brother, would you start to have problems? That's what I'm kind of curious and a little bit nervous about. You looked last Thursday, but you had the wrong channel. Yeah. So Wednesday and Friday are y'all Southern Living, and I put Broken Hearts Ministry in the middle of those two so that I would remember that I'm going live Wednesday through Friday, and then the rest of the week I would just take time off. So, but yeah. Yeah, Carol got confused because she was looking for me to go live for Healthy Goals Wednesday, and it was Heather's week. So it's like, well, it's like Tammy and Lisa, Yogi Hollow Farm and Mountain Grandma do that too. They swap off every other week. I need to go back to letting it be just on her channel because she still needs watch time. You want to donate some soap caddies? Would that be to one winner, right? Let me write it down so I don't forget. I got my list right here. There's my list. Let's see. I'll put you right here. Do you want it to say bless to crochet or blessing through connection? That way, when I'm calling out the channel name, and I'm guessing USA only, is that correct, Mary? 48 states, yeah. Okay. See, I knew you were gonna say that. Hi, Ariella, how are you? All your little adventures you're going on look like fun. Oh, when you were by the ocean, I was like, I wish I could just push a button and be there with her right now. Waiting for the bus. You're waiting for the bus. I thought that Ariella was on the bus over in Australia on her adventures, but she was actually on a train. I figured that out later. She mentioned it. I made my 2 nieces emotional support crochet animals last year. Not sure what to do this year. Oh, yeah. So it was like the amigurumi. Isn't that what they call it when you make animals with crochet? Amigurumi. There you go. Gail, this girl was raised in Florida. Oh, yeah, no. I was born and raised in Texas, but I did live in Rhode Island for 5.5 years, and in Oklahoma City for about 5.5 years. So I was away from Texas for about 11 years. And then I came back to Texas in 2001. And I've been back ever since. Junior legal pad cover. Okay, let me write that down. Write your channel name down. Little Treasures by Nancy. I'm writing down what you said. A junior legal pad cover. Okay. I want to put that down for USA only, I assume. So this will be for my other channel. Gail Southern Living is having a big giveaway on Friday night at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. So if you're not subscribed, go ahead over there and click and subscribe because I have it set for subscriber only 10 minutes. So I cannot remember for sure, Nancy, if you're sub to my other channel or not. But just to make sure, go over there and turn the notification bell on to make sure you are. That way you won't have to wait 10 minutes before you can comment. That way I'm getting people in the chat that are already subscribed to my channel, who are already following me. Hearing a crash. Oh, that happened in the middle of the night, Ariella? No. Ariella had a shelf fall down in the middle of the night. Oh, that must have been just terrifying and annoying and all kinds of things. It's Nancy, it's scrolling right across to the bottom. I use the same email for both channels. It just cuts down on having to go back and forth. So same email for both channels. Yeah. Thank you so much, Nancy. I wrote it down. I got that written down. So I appreciate the prizes. There will be some prizes for USA, but there will also be a few prizes for not USA. So if you're interested in coming, Ariella, there'll be about 3 or 4 prizes that will be for anywhere. But I'm just going to say before the draw, US only or anywhere. Because some people donated prizes that are being sent directly from Amazon, and those prizes can go to Canada or Australia or wherever. So, come on in. And also, Ariella, if you win a prizes for USA only, you can say, hey, give that one to Jan, give that one to Heather, give that one to Nancy, give that one to so-and-so. Oh, I know. I know. I wish things could be better for you. I wish I could just push a little button and make everything better for you. I totally would. You deserve better. You deserve better. As a child of God, you totally deserve better. Didn't notice that. Oh, that the email scrolling. Yeah. I don't really have anything else I need to scroll across the bottom. So I thought, well, just keep your email up there. And that way, you know, if they want to come in for an interview on a Friday or something, because my other channel has started doing interviews on Fridays. Not this week because I'm doing a giveaway, but on the other Fridays. So if that's something you want to do, if you're interested, you can email me and I'll set that up. Pretty much can do any genre on that. Just be a chat. I'll ask you some different questions, and eventually we may have to place a code tonight. People. Oh, yeah, that's right. Nobody drops their links in the channel, have they? It's so funny because I used to go into channels that drop all kinds of links, and then it's always been like, drop links, don't drop links. Yeah. I pretty much I mod on people's channel, and I usually wait unless I know for sure they're okay with me dropping links. But yeah, oh, are you talking about your automatic shout out drops? Is that what you're talking about? Turn off the comments on the because no more than other streams. Yeah. That way, if they're not nice, they're gone. Yeah. They'll just leave. They're not interested in what you're doing. They'll just go bye-bye. Bless the crochet for the soap caddies. Okay. Yeah. I know a couple of people with different channels. So I got used to asking, do you want it to be to be donated from this channel or this channel? So that's why I asked that. Plus, people also ask me, do you want it to be from Gail Southern Living or do you want it to be from Broken Hearts Ministry? And Blue can share links in my lives and premieres. That's good. It's good. Sorry, my mouth is a little bit dry. I've been, grocery shopping is a lot of work. You got to write the list, shop for all the items, compare prices, find all the things, put them in the cart, pay, put them in the car. Then you get to the house, you got to drag all that stuff in. Then you come in and you have to put the cold stuff away first. Then you have to put up the non-cold stuff. Then you have to separate the meat. If you have something like brown sugar, you got to open it up and put it in the package. Or if you have sugar or flour or things like that, you have to put those items up. So usually if I shop today, then tomorrow I would be packaging the meat, especially since I got a late start on grocery shopping today. So, and I usually just package everything up into 2 pieces of meat per package, and half. I cut all of the hamburger meats in half, and it spreads it out more. I'm a stretcher. My mom had 4 kids, and there were 6 of us in the family. So she taught about meal stretching. Of course, she probably had to do the whole pound to stretch between people, but she would add things like noodles to make goulash to make it more. And like on tuna salad, she would add like apples or lettuce or eggs, things like that to stretch out the cans of tuna. She did everything. She knew how to do all that. And I kind of learned the frugal way of thinking from my mom. Shop online. Yeah, that would be nice. There would be some good things about that. Having to, all the stuff I just went through about grocery shopping, all that stuff. But I do like to compare prices because sometimes if they're out of things, you may be okay with generic on some things, and some things you may prefer to have a name brand. And it's hard for them to make the swap for you because they don't know what you're finicky about name brands on and what you would rather have as generic. And I've gotten a little bit more picky. It's almost like the food quality's gone down a little bit. Things I used to be okay with generic, I'm not as okay with now because it seems like the quality has gone down. Oh, that's cool. That's good. That's good. I mean, I could see how that would be really convenient because then they ring you know what day they're coming. They ring the doorbell and all you got to do is bring it in and put it up. They probably deliver it right to the front porch, right? You don't cook much. I bet you don't. Oh, yeah. You probably just eat like box crackers and cookies and raisins and things you don't have to cook, I'm guessing, in your situation. Yep, to the porch. Yep, that's cool. Yeah, I could see that. Totally. Yeah, so that's all I've been doing, grocery shopping with a little gardening. How are you, Carol? I was talking to you earlier, but you had left and come back. Instacart communicates with you. Walmart doesn't. Yeah. Oh, to let you know what they're swapping. When you are without a car, Walmart delivery was a blessing. Yeah, I could see that, I could see that. I have a car. It's not a beautiful car. It's got hail damage. Before we got the carport built, my car got hail damage and my window got busted too. So I let them fix the window, but I didn't let them fix the car body damage because it really wasn't that important to me. I try not to be overly superficial and worry about what other people think of, oh, my car's got dents in it, or I just try not to be that. I try not to be that person. I don't want to be that person. I want to be the person that loves people just the way they are, rich or poor, because I've seen people be mean to rich people as well as poor people. I've seen it go both directions. So I just try to treat everybody with respect because, in my opinion, we're all made by God and we're all brothers and sisters. We all have the same Father. Yeah. Yeah. I shop every 2 weeks. And then the only thing we buy in between is like if I just need 1 or 2 ingredients for something, or I just get this bright idea that I have to make this particular dish today. And then if he really, really wants that dish, he'll have to go by the store and grab that 1 or 2 things, to the fly. There's a fly. There's a fly. I have those X-Pest traps. I have 2 of them. I'd like to buy some more. Relying on the bus isn't good. Yeah. I do understand riding the bus, Ariella, because, when I was younger, before I moved to Rhode Island, all the way from, I left home at 17 years old, and I moved to Rhode Island at about 18 or 19. I think it was 19. And from 19, for about 2 or 3 years, I lived in Abilene before I moved to Rhode Island. I dealt with the bus. My older sister took me places. My grandpa took me places. My parents took me places occasionally. because I lived on my own. I had my own apartment and I wanted to be independent. So, I had a bus pass to ride to work. Uh, as long as I kept the money and paid for that bus pass, I was totally good. But if something happened and finances were hard and I didn't end up with that bus pass, I had to beg for rides. And that was such a pain in the butt. And I really preferred to be independent, especially when you work somewhere where you get off at like 1 a.m. Yeah, not good. Oh, ooh, yeah, yeah. Oh, no. Not good, not good. Yeah. I'm very careful getting up and down out of things, and also even the camper. Um, I have short legs, and the stairs on the camper. He is still looking into getting different stairs because it's still the first drop there with my little short legs is too far down, and I'm just terrified I'm going to fall. And then also the new camper doesn't have as big of a rail to hold on to. So I've got a bigger step and a smaller handle. So I'm not real. I'm trying to be very careful with the new one right now. We have a trip for August. We are going to my niece's wedding. She is getting married. So my sister will be there, my mom will be there, and my sister-in-law will be there. I pray that you get healed up there, Ariella. Injuries are no fun. I definitely appreciate you guys donating some prizes. I will add that to my, I've got that added already. So, but yeah, you said you sent me an email, so I'll have your email. So when I finish with the giveaway, I will email you the person's name and address you can send it to. And like I said, at the giveaway itself, I will be saying USA only or anywhere. So there's a 3 or 4 prizes I think that are for anywhere. So everybody can come. So, ouch, ouch, ouch. Not falling asleep. Yeah, you know what? Ariella, I knew what you meant because I remember you saying you fell. I remember you saying you fell getting off the bus. I remember that. It was probably that video you just made, I'm guessing. Was it the Whopper video? Or was it the one where you went to the beach? She has a lot of cool trips. Like, I want to go on the beach and eat Whoppers with you. I shouldn't be eating Whoppers right now, but yeah, that would be a fun little day trip. I'd love to go over there and just hang out with Ariella in Australia. That would be cool. To her, it's not cool, right? Because she lives there. But for me, I'd be like, wow, this is different. It would be neat for me. It would be neat for me to see it. She wouldn't want me to go, though. I mentioned it in the burger video. Oh, did you? Well, that's probably why I know then, because I watched that whole video. I sat there and watched you eat those burgers. Half. You ate about half and saved the rest for later. So I'm guessing that was lunch and then again dinner for later. And then you also had fries. What do people think when you just sit up your video camera and just eat burgers on camera? I wonder what their reaction is. I know. You don't seem to have good luck there. Seemed like there would be somebody there that was kind and sweet and loving. I mean, not all of any place is terrible. Certainly, there's got to be good people out there if you could just find them somehow. That's my hope for you. is that you'll just find better people to live with that are stable and normal and boring, a little boring, just plain old boring, average, everyday, boring people, nothing interesting, nothing loud, no partying, just some regular people, like the people you were living in the last place. That was the best place you've been. I wish you could have stayed there longer. It seemed like you were the happiest there. Yeah, my opinion. But, keep praying. Keep praying, Ariella. You have a very powerful Father who can do all things, who sees all things, who knows all things, and can see the bigger picture that we can't see. Yeah. Healthy Goes Wednesday. Something came up about Healthy Goes Wednesday just now. I don't know what it was. Maybe it was something Ariella did. Were you guys in there the other day when Heather challenged me to do a 31-day exercise challenge for the month of August? Yeah, I might go ahead and do. I'd like to do it. So it starts tomorrow. So I'd like to do a video today so it can be ready to post tomorrow, and try to stay a day ahead so that there'll always be a video coming out, because it's supposed to be a short. So I need to get in there at least and get my weight and do that, if nothing else. And then I'll try to do some more research on some more interesting things. I have a hula hoop thing. I really, really need to get in there, get outside and try that. I feel like that needs to be tried outside, because you put it around your waist, and it has a weight that hangs from it, and you're supposed to swing your waist so that ball thing stays in the air. Hopefully it's not painful when it comes back on you. You're swinging, you stop. But anyway, I got to show you. You can't visualize it unless you've seen it. But yeah, it looks like it'd be fun and hard at the same time. Yeah, end of this month, it'll be a year since I left the nice house. Had terrible since, and had terrible before the nice house. So have you been at this house for a year, Ariella? Has it been a year? That's way too long. That's way too long. You deserve better. Yeah. You see my water sitting there, and then I got my bag of apples back here that I bought. I had one apple left from my last bag. And so I was like, well, I'm going to buy. So at the end of the night, if I can't think of anything else to have for a snack, I'll wash the apple real good with warm water, the peeling of it. Then I will bring a plate and a knife, and I will sit down while I'm watching TV. I'll cut the apple into little pieces, and then I'll eat it. And then I'll save the little other pieces, and I'll give that to the chickens, except for not the seeds themselves. So this is the apples that I like. They're called Pink Ladies. Pink Lady apples. And they seem to be the sweetest. And they're a good size. I used to always eat the Red Delicious. But they're not as sweet. I prefer this kind. Pink Ladies. These are my favorite. So there's, I don't know how many, 8, 10 apples in here. And that's usually lasts me the 2 weeks until we get paid again. But that's my favorite kind. I made a fruit smoothie earlier. Ooh, I want ice cream so bad, but we bought frozen fruit instead. You know what I did buy for one dessert? It's going to be probably like Friday or Saturday or Sunday night. for hubby and I bought a container of strawberries. So I'm going to wash those, probably cut them a little bit, And then I'm going to make some homemade whipped cream with whipping cream and vanilla and some Swerve confectioner's sweetener. And I'm going to make my own whipped cream. And we're going to have the strawberries with the homemade whipped cream on top of it. So that's going to be kind of a healthy dessert I'm making for hubby and I. December, January, February, March, April. So you've been there 8 months, around 8 months. Ugh. It's terrible. It's terrible. It's a terrible, terrible, terrible thing. I love fruit smoothies. My hubby has been trying to talk me into making him a fruit smoothie, but he always asks me at like bedtime, and I'm trying to eat dinner and then not be eating after that. Or if you're going to have a snack of some sort, you have it pretty, within 30 minutes to an hour after you eat dinner. And then you don't eat the rest of the night because you're not supposed to be eating so late. So I think what I might do is surprise him because he's been asking me like 4 days in a row now. So I think what I'll do tonight is I was going to make one of those cauliflower crust pizzas. So I think tonight, instead of waiting for him to ask me for a shake, I think I'm going to make the cauliflower pizza and then make a protein shake smoothie to go with it. So that way I'll finally give him what he's asking for. Instead of him waiting till 8, 9 o'clock at night for me to be making a shake. So tell him where the kitchen is. You know how he gets out of that? He says, "Oh, but you make them so much better." That's what he says. 8 months at the stink house. Man. I know. I prayed for you this morning, Ariella. I prayed for you this morning in the situation that you're in with the house and those people. But you need to be in constant state of prayer with him. You need to stay with him all day. You need to be with him all day. Stay in constant contact with him. Talk to him. Even if you're not talking out loud, talk to him in your head as if he's right there with you, because he is. He's right there with you. He's getting you through this situation. But, there's a point as to where, the situations that happen to you start to affect your mind. So it's not a good idea for you to be there. Yeah. I have a regular size blender, so I usually, if it's during the day and I'm by myself, I make my own protein shake. Like I have that for breakfast. Sometimes I'll have it for lunch. Just depends. But he's been wanting an extra one like at night. So I think tonight I'm going to jump the gun and I'm just going to go ahead. Since we're having this celebrational type pizza thing, we'll just have a nice little smoothie with it. But really it's healthy because it's going to be a protein smoothie. He sounds like Bob. Yeah. Well, he does work all day, so I feel like I should take care of him to a point, But I do still let him do a lot of the chores. He does the mowing, he does the weed eating, he does occasionally do dishes and he'll help me with projects and stuff. He'll build things for me. He usually has a honey-do list that he has to work on. So, yeah. Oh, man. The hydroponic system is driving me insane. I walk by there like 10 times a day looking to see if a sprout has popped up in that hydroponic machine. This Saturday, I guess tomorrow would be 7 days. But this Saturday will be, the anniversary of 1 week of being planted in that thing. And it better hurry up and pop up a sprout for me. Getting discouraged. How long does it usually take for stuff to pop up in hydroponics, Lori? How many hydroponic machines do you have, Lori? I know you won one. Did you keep the one you won, or did you give that one away? I got Bob a little helper. Jason is coming over 3 Saturdays and now to help him out stuff together. Huh. Like gardening stuff, or like it's Texas, so I've actually already started pulling some things up in the garden. I still have ground cherries, tomatoes, bell pepper, and pumpkin and flowers. That's it. Everything else, I've already started ripping it up. And I planted a few flowers just to have some color in the garden while I'm amending beds and things like that. I have 2. It was 3. I gave Sally, and I'm going to give Jason 1. So you're still going to have 2, right? I have 2. I already won another one, but it's addicting. However, nothing's coming up so far. So I'm like, am I doing something wrong? Did I do something wrong? I know it probably just takes like 4 to 6 weeks for stuff to pop up. A few days to a week or so. Yeah. Hopefully by tomorrow. Tomorrow will be 7 days. Or by this weekend would be really nice. Oh, you'll just have one and you'll buy more. Yeah. Well, I was going to say I like it so far, but I don't like it so far because it's not coming up for me yet. Right now, it's just driving me crazy. I have 9.5 gallon buckets for hydro. Yeah, I saw the kits for that. Maybe in the future I could look into something like that, but I had to figure out where to put it. And more than likely, it would have to be back here in the utility room. You're so generous. That's so sweet. Give it time. I'm trying. I'm not. Here's the thing you don't know about me. I'm not a patient person. Not a patient person. The people, when you get in a really big group and you're supposed to do a group project, say it could be for high school, it could be for college, it could be for church or some kind of something you're learning, and everybody gets together in a group and you're supposed to do a team project. Well, there's the people who talk 20 minutes about what they're going to do. And then there's the people that just go do it. And I'm the go do it person. I talk a few minutes and then I just go do it, go start. I don't want to sit there talking about it when I could already be working on it. That's how I am, But I planned on doing the hugelkultur bed for a while. I had the bowl where I was collecting the coffee filters, the banana peel, and the toilet paper rolls, and the eggshells I had ready, and the paper I had ready, the paper from the packaging. And I was collecting that stuff for a while. And finally, I was like, okay, today's the day we're making this video. So we got out there and we got the video done. So. Ooh, God, 5-gallon buckets. Ooh. Yeah, I saw the systems that does that. 2 pumps and the supplies. Yeah. Yep. Well, I already worked on bug prevention. However, I feel like if you're growing less in soil and more in water, you shouldn't have problems. But I did go ahead and look up all the bug prevention things, what you're supposed to do to keep fungus gnats away and things like that. I am planning to grow some things in soil under the grow light, some of the tomatoes. So it's easy to lose patience, especially when life isn't being kind. Yeah. I can't even imagine to go through what you're going through right now. I can't even imagine. Yeah, that sounds good, Lori. Yeah, didn't y'all keep doing your garden tours all throughout the winter and things? Didn't you occasionally show the garden tours inside and also your parrots? Parrots, you have two. I forget their names, but I know there's two of them. As soon as you say what their names are, I'll be like, oh yeah, I knew that. I totally knew that. Yeah. So I basically did the research and decided that it would be better to do the hydroponics with distilled water after my own research. But I know some people are using some tap water, but I actually bought distilled water. So plan on setting up the other hydroponic bed maybe tomorrow. Maybe, no, not tomorrow, Saturday or Sunday. Sometime over the weekend, probably. So I went ahead and got more distilled water so I could be able to do that. More fun indoors, yeah. No bugs, no heat, no quickly and crackers. Yes, that's it. Quickly and crackers. Yep. We used bottled water. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. I watched some videos and then I read the pamphlet all the way through on one of the two. I read the whole thing all the way through. And it also mentioned distilled water. It mentioned that the tap water already has some minerals in it. So when you go to add the minerals to it, you're doubling up on some of the minerals and then you're now putting too much. So it's hard. You have to start from zero to get your minerals right, is the way I understood it. Now, I'm not always eloquent with the way I explain things, but that's how I understood it. If you do distilled water, you're starting at zero. And it doesn't have minerals in it. So you're not it's not conflicting with the minerals you're putting in it. So that's the way I understood it. So I had to make an executive decision on that because hubby's like, well, what are you going to do with regular water or distilled water? What are you going to do? And I was like, let me research first. So I did that. So probably costs more money. I know some people are doing regular tap water, but I kind of want to start out where I feel like I'm already doing things right. I don't need to already have the minerals off by the fact that our water is like terrible in this town. So I could just only imagine what's in our water. Not even minerals, but just bad things. I don't fully trust our water, which is why I drink bottled water. It's the better option. But if you've ever had kidney stones, you'll understand. Yep. Yep. So what's everybody having for dinner tonight? Anybody know what they're having for dinner tonight? We're going to have cauliflower crust pizza. It's a store-bought pizza with a protein shake because hubby's been, I call it a protein shake because it's healthy. He calls it a smoothie because then it sounds like it's something fun. But seriously, it's a protein shake. That's what we're having for dinner tonight. So he can have his protein shake. Yeah, I feel like they're not purifying our water right. Fish and chips. Ooh, that sounds good. When I lived in Rhode Island, we used to have either fish and chips or pizza every Friday. So there was a place that served fish and chips and pizza because a lot of people in Rhode Island are Catholic. So they would have a time where they couldn't eat certain kinds of meat. So that's why they had to have a fish option. So the place that we ate at either served fish and chips or pizza. So they had it available, so people could be eating for their, which it didn't matter to me because I wasn't Catholic. But yeah. So, but I loved the fish and chips there. It was so good. And the pizza. The pizza was really good too. When I finally eat, probably a grilled duck breast. Yeah. You're going to make the duck breast or you're going to go out to eat it somewhere? Chicken. Bob grilled 2 pieces and I cut one and made a sandwich that we split. Then we'll do the same for dinner. That's a good idea. Cut a piece of meat and then use it for 2 meals. That's a great idea. That's like meal prep right there. Making homemade pizza in the wood burning stove, like a brick oven pizza. Ooh, that sounds delicious. I love homemade pizza. Absolutely love it. Being able to put your own toppings, maybe use some things from the garden that you have. Right now I have garlic that I grew, garlic cloves in the freezer. I have bell peppers that I grew in the freezer. Some onions that I grew in the freezer. I had yellow onion and some bunchy onion. So I have a couple of different kinds of onion. All that I cut up and put in the freezer. So I have all that stored. Then I had some carrots that were going bad. So I peeled them up and split them into 2 bags to use for soups and things later. And then one time I had a recipe that I wanted to use celery in. And I don't eat celery unless it's in a specific recipe. So I used what I needed for the recipe. I chopped the rest up in bite-sized pieces, of course, after washing it really good. And so I have that in the freezer. So I have all these things in the freezer that you can use to make soups or dishes. Also, if I come across another recipe that calls for celery, I'll have some in the freezer. So, yeah, brick oven pizza sounds delicious. We're having pizza too, but we're having a cauliflower crust pizza. We're having a healthy pizza. Healthy. Yours sounds way better though. But we're having a healthy pizza. But the cauliflower crust pizza is really good. We're used to it. We eat it. Hubby even likes it. So it works for us. And it's really the only easy meal I do. I really try not to eat a bunch of packaged food. I try to make my own food. But you got to have that one night where you have one meal, just one, where you can just throw something in that's easy and, just throw it in the oven. And that'll leave my hands free to make that protein shake my husband's been begging for all week. I bet it has. Oh, I can even imagine the stories of what you've been through there. Not the visual part, but the sound part. You ought to just like put it on record and just record the sound going on in your house at night. I can just imagine what that would be like. And it'd probably be scary. Like Are they going to do something in the middle of the night where you have to get up and get out of there? You know what I mean? Like, can your window open? Can you get out the window if you need to? Just curious. Oh, zucchini pizza. Ooh. Is the zucchini part the crust? Is it like a zucchini boat where you take the, you hollow it out a little bit and then put all your ingredients on the zucchini and then cook it like that, almost like a zucchini boat? Or do you shred it up and make it into a crust, like a cauliflower pizza where you add things to it to make it crust-like? I'm curious. Yeah. It's often scary. I bet it is. I can't even imagine. Yeah. I have to go. I have some more groceries to put up. I actually stopped what I was doing to be able to come over and do this live. It was set for 1. I moved it back to 3. And then I was still even a few minutes late. And I said, well, I'm going to go on and do my hour like I committed myself to do. And I do appreciate all you guys coming in to hang out with me. Don't forget, Friday night is Gail's Southern Living 10K celebration. All are welcome. Come in and try to win something. Quite a few really awesome prizes are donated. So you definitely want to come by and try to win those. It is like a zucchini boat. Any toppings I want. Yeah, that sounds really good. All right, guys. Have a good day. Thank you for coming in to chat with me. I appreciate all of you for coming in today. Hope you have a good evening, a good, pleasant evening. And in Ariella's case, a quiet, boring evening of pleasantness, peace, and quietness. Yeah, that's what I wish for you. So everybody say a prayer for Ariella, who's in a living situation that's not the best. So let's try to be her prayer warriors and see if we can get her in a better spot. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I actually didn't do anything to my hair. I washed it this morning, took a bath, washed my hair, and I actually just brushed it out and let it dry. This is the natural. This way it looks natural. So no straightening, no curling, nothing. It's just this naturally, this wavy thing that's going on is the natural. All natural on the hair. Yeah. Thanks for coming in, guys. Have a great day. Bye, everybody.